Well, it's May 26th here in Minnesota, last day of turkey season. Been hunting turkeys for about 2 months straight, whenever the weather was permitting. Was fortunate enough to end the season on a good note today. These Minnesota turkeys have been really tough. Been hunting them for about 10 days now, and they've been really flocked up, hanging out in the cornfield, big groups of hens and toms together. This morning was no different. It was a gorgeous day, perfect turkey day. All the birds gobbled in the trees, jumped down, and went out in the cornfield. And there were 4 toms, 3 jakes, and 9 hens, all hanging in a group, chasing each other around. Toms were strutting. They're all playing with each other, just out in the cornfield. And I got set up on the edge of the woods and had a nice front row seat watching the birds, but I didn't have anything come any closer than 80 yards when they went out and left the woods in the morning. So sat and watched them for about an hour and a half while they played around out in the cornfield. Finally, some of the hens decided it was time to leave and started working back to the woods where I was, and had some go by at about 50 yards, and a couple other hens came up my way, and I had set out one hen decoy out in front of me, and they hadn't shown much interest in it in the morning when they went out, but coming back to the woods, I got one of the hens going and got her to respond to the call. She was kind of a talkative one. Started talking and got her to yelp back and forth with me while she came over to check out the hen and walked right up to my decoy and was just squawking away at it and just really trying to pick a fight with the decoy. Well, that got the attention of 2 of the toms that were out in the field, so they came over to see what the fuss was about, and they come up through the grass that we have there and saw the decoy, started to come up to it, but about the time they got halfway close, that hen decided she was leaving. And so she started to leave off to my left, and they were going to follow her. So I knew it was now or never. So I ranged them 42 yards, and they were walking, and I got on them and just waited till they stopped. And I think he was still right around that 42, 43 yard range, and put a pretty good shot on him, hit him just above the leg, and saw the arrow hit him, and he took off flying immediately. And fortunately, he didn't fly into the woods. He flew back out across the cornfield, went across the cornfield, and then ditched in the prairie grass that we have on the other side. So I marked him where he went down and went over there and found him laying over there. He was still kicking a little bit and had to still jump on him to bring him down on the final bit. So he's a great bird. I think he's a 4-year-old bird. He's got nice big hooks on him. He's got 1.1/8" spurs. Hopefully you can see that. Nice big spurs, really sharp. Both his spurs are just needle sharp, so I would not want to be the bird that was fighting this guy. He's got a great dark tail, really a dark bird, black, dark all over, and weighed him in at 25.2 pounds, and he's got a nice little double beard on him. Primary beard is 11 inches down here. That's an 11-inch beard, and then he's got a secondary beard that is 8 inches up on top up here. So nice to get a double bearded turkey. Like I said, I think he's at least a 4-year-old bird. Good mature bird, and one of those smart birds that didn't want to come to the call or the decoy as far as that goes. Fortunately, I was in the right spot and had a little help from that hen to call him over and get him close enough for a shot, and was able to put the shot on him. So great way to end the season. Got to be really happy with that. Finally put one of these big Minnesota birds on the ground. 25 pounds at the end of the season after all the mating going on. You know, he was a big bird to start with, so couldn't be happier.